Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where you're joining us from. I will give people a minute to join because we have a lot to cover today. I see a lot of people joining already, so just gonna give it a minute and then I'll say hi again. Okay, I think we have most people who are waiting have joined. So hello again. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, Ryan. Hello, Maria. Thank you for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you. So welcome to our webinar on our series of webinars called Employment Opportunities in Canada Beyond Big Cities. And today we're going to be talking about Greater Sudbury in Ontario. I will do introductions in a little bit, but my name is Leisha Chiari. I'm the manager of Canada InfoNet and Project Welcome, which are two pre-arrival programs with JVS Toronto. So thank you for joining our webinar today. Before we start with the presentation, oops, sorry. Before we start, I would like to do a land acknowledgement. So we acknowledge the land we are meeting on is the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, and is now home to many diverse First Nations, Inuit, and Métis peoples. We also acknowledge that Toronto, where I am hosting this webinar from, is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. This being an online event, I recommend that everyone take a couple minutes to acknowledge the land they are on. If it is the traditional territory, this is something that we do here in Canada, and it's an important act of reconciliation and understanding that the land that we are in is originally inhabited or belongs to Indigenous peoples of Canada. So a few housekeeping guidelines. This session is being recorded and the length will be approximately 1 hour. All participants will be muted, so you can see that on the panel, but you can ask questions in the end. I would just ask you right now to use the raise hand button, just so I can make sure everyone can hear us clearly. If you can hear me, please raise your hands. Okay, I see a few hands coming up. Okay, thank you everyone. So for questions, you can type the questions in the questions window. If it's the first time that you're using GoToWebinar, you may need to undock the tools from GoToWebinar and find the questions box there. You can type it there, and at the end of the webinar, I'll be asking our presenters. Also, please take time to complete the post-webinar survey, which is sent to you by email, along with a recording of today's webinar, which will be shared through that email, but you can also ask your employment counselor in case you haven't received. And last but not least, some of us, like me, are hosting from home, so please be patient with us in the case we have any technical difficulties. Okay. Most of you are already engaged with our Canada InfoNet program, but just a quick reminder, or for those who have just joined the program, Canada InfoNet is a free national 8-week program delivered by JVS Toronto with other industry partners. We have served over 10,000 English or French-speaking immigrants since 2016. We have dedicated employment specialists who support these professionals who will be arriving in the next 12 months with a variety of employment services, which include employment preparation and connection to a Canadian mentor. We also have Project Welcome, which connects you to a Canadian mentor in a smaller community in Canada. So if you're looking to explore employment opportunities outside of the big cities, ask your employment counselor about Project Welcome, where you have the opportunity to be connected to a mentor in a small community, and all these other resources that you can have access through Canada InfoNet. So if you haven't yet replied to your employment specialist email, please do so and follow the next steps so you can take advantage of the program. And without further ado, let me introduce our speakers for today. So today we're joined by Ryan Humeniuk. I hope I didn't do too bad with your name, Ryan, who is the technical coordinator of workforce with the city of Greater Sudbury. Ryan has worked for the city of Greater Sudbury since 2003, coordinating the physician recruitment program since 2007. He has also been working on workforce and talent attraction initiatives, which has been added lately. And Ryan is born and raised in Sudbury and has a Bachelor of Science from Laurentian University. So you'll be hearing today from someone who has a lot of experience with Sudbury. So thank you for joining us today, Ryan. And we also have Maria Vila, who is the marketing and public relations expert with Levert. Maria is originally from Colombia and has been living in Sudbury for 4 years, where she studied public relations at Cambrian College. She originally arrived in Toronto, where she lived for a year, and then decided to move to Sudbury, Ontario, where she now feels at home. And she'll be talking to us about some employment opportunities with Levert and a little bit about her experience as well living in Sudbury. Thank you, Maria, for joining us. So I'll pass it over to you, Ryan, to start your presentation.
Thank you. Okay, are you able to see my screen? Perfect. Thank you very much. So first, I just want to thank everyone for joining us today. I'm truly grateful to be given the opportunity to share with you why Greater Sudbury is the best place to live, work, and play, and would like to thank JVS Toronto for hosting this event. To start, this is a photo overlooking Lake Laurentian, which is only about 10 minutes from our downtown core and is one of 330 lakes found within our community. So in Greater Sudbury, you get the best of both worlds, a bustling urban center and a beautiful landscape to call home. Greater Sudbury spans just over 3,200 square kilometers of geographic area and is located in the heart of northeastern Ontario. We have a population of over 166,000 people, making it the largest city in Northern Ontario. As you can see, we also have about 2,400 hectares of parkland, 4,000 post-secondary international students, 20 plus different languages spoken at home, and as I mentioned before, 330 lakes within our city. So Greater Sudbury is a hub for government, mining, healthcare, transportation, and retail trade. While we are north, as you can see from this map, we are in a close proximity to key North American markets and Southern Ontario. We are only a 4-hour drive from Toronto or a 1-hour flight with regular daily flights to and from Toronto with Air Canada and Porter Airlines. So this is a photo taken downtown on Durham Street with people enjoying some of our great restaurants and cafes. Want to give you a bit more information about our community. We are the happiest city in Canada based on Statistics Canada 2015 data. We have 4 distinct seasons, including spectacular sunny weather year round, but we do have a true winter, summer, spring, and fall. We have 150 uniquely owned and operated restaurants offering a variety of international cuisine with patios to enjoy the warm, sunny weather in the summer. And as you can see in this photo, many individuals out and just enjoying one of our great summer days. We also have a number of beaches and golf courses located throughout the community. So Greater Sudbury has a quaint downtown, boutique specialty shops, and some amazing murals that were created as part of the Up Here Festival, one of many festivals that take place in our community. For shopping, we have great shopping opportunities with popular brands such as Lululemon, H&M, Old Navy, number of malls located throughout the community, with the New Sudbury Shopping Centre being the largest with 110 stores. Also have a variety of big box stores, including Costco, Home Depot, and Lowe's. So here's a photo of two people enjoying time out on a canoe on Ramsey Lake, located in the heart of our city. Ramsey Lake is the second largest lake contained within the boundaries of a single city in the world. The largest city-contained lake is also located in Greater Sudbury, Lake Wanapitei, which is at the northeast end of our community. In the background is the Sudbury Yacht Club, and in the next bay over is the Northern Water Sports Center. Memberships are quite reasonably priced at each of these facilities, giving members access to the facility, canoes, kayaks, etc., to enjoy time on the water. Also starting last summer, Ramsey Lake is now home to a large water park that is set up in front of Bell Park. If you like walking or running, Bell Park has an amazing 2-kilometer boardwalk that follows along the shore of Ramsey Lake. Along the way, there are several beaches, play structures for children, and sitting areas to enjoy the lakefront view, including several gazebos and an outdoor amphitheater where a number of concerts and festivals occur throughout the summer months. So as I noted earlier, we have distinct seasons. This is the same location, but taken in the winter months. So Ramsey Lake has a 1.5 kilometer skate path that's maintained over the winter months, and many people enjoy ice fishing on the lake as well. The lake is very accessible and has a boat launch and docks, so anyone can enjoy and access the lake in both the summer and winter months. Here are the annual fireworks during Canada Day celebrations on the shore of Ramsey Lake. In the background is Science North, which you can see right over here. And further just behind it is our hospital, Health Sciences North. So as you can imagine, with Sudbury being 3,200 square kilometers with approximately 167,000 people, there's a lot of green space located throughout the community and tons of parkland and maintained nature trails. In fact, we have 177 kilometers or 109 miles of non-motorized trails and 35 kilometers or 21 miles of cycling infrastructure across our community. There's an extensive trail system for running and cycling in the summer, as well as skating, skiing, and snowshoeing in the winter. Greater Sudbury is also in close proximity to 9 different provincial parks, all within a 1-hour drive. And I can't forget to mention that we have an award-winning symphony, art gallery, theater centers, and many festivals and events, as I previously mentioned. So as you can see, once again, 4 very distinct seasons in Greater Sudbury, and we take advantage of all the recreational opportunities our community has year-round. In this photo, this is a family skating at Kiwi Park, which is in the winter has cross-country ski trails, a skate path that runs through the surrounding forest and is lit at night, as you can see. In the summer months, they have amazing hiking trails, outdoor lounge areas, picnic areas, playgrounds, basketball court, soccer field, and also access to Crowley Lake to canoe, kayak, stand-up paddleboard, or fish. If you don't have your own equipment, they offer rentals as well, so it's quite accessible. So this is a photo of Onaping Falls taken at the A.Y. Jackson Lookout, which includes a 1-kilometer riverside trail and amazing views, especially in the fall when the leaves change color. This spot is named after A.Y. Jackson, one of the renowned Canadian group of 7 artists who captured this amazing scenery in his artwork. So this here is Science North. I pointed out in a previous slide. So Science North is Northern Ontario's most popular tourist attraction and is the 2nd largest science center in Canada, and includes an IMAX theater, digital planetarium, butterfly gallery, and a variety of amazing exhibits located on the shore of Ramsey Lake. And here's a few slides of some of those exhibits and different sessions that take place at Science North. So for sports and hobbies, here's a list. We are home to the Sudbury Wolves hockey team, which is part of the Ontario Hockey League. This brings some high caliber hockey talent to our community, and the games are well attended by local fans. Also, we are home to the Sudbury 5 basketball team, which is part of the National Basketball League of Canada. There are a number of sporting and hobby opportunities as listed here, including ultimate frisbee, conservation areas for hiking, rock climbing, skate park, a variety of cultural groups, canoeing, kayaking, and rowing, downhill skiing and snowboarding at 2 ski hills that are within our community, paintball, bowling, and billiards. Also, our municipality, through our leisure services division, offers a wide variety of programs and activities, including fitness classes, gymnastics, pools, public skating, shinny hockey, skating programs, ski and snowboard programs, taekwondo, walking programs, and yoga, just to name a few. There are also cricket, soccer, and baseball leagues within our community. Now, in terms of multiculturalism, we are the 3rd largest Francophone community outside of Quebec and pride ourselves on our commitment to embracing multiculturalism. The Bridge of Nations, as you can see, part of it in this slide, in our downtown core holds 89 flags representing countries and nations that make up the diverse heritage and culture of our community. We are also situated on traditional First Nations communities, and we are the most culturally diverse community in Northern Ontario. The following are a number of settlement services located in our community as listed here. YMCA, Immigrant Services, Collège Boreal, and the Sudbury Multicultural Folk Arts Association. In terms of healthcare, our Hospital Health Sciences North, or HSN, is accessible from any part of the city. HSN is a regional referral center for all of Northeastern Ontario and is home to many specialists and doctors and provides healthcare services for a catchment area of almost 600,000 people across Northeastern Ontario. Services also include the Northeast Regional Cancer Center, Neo Kids and Family Program, which provides care for children, including a 22-bed birthing center, a 10-bed neonatal intensive care unit, and a children's treatment center. The Northeast Specialized Geriatric Center, which also helps seniors with complex health needs, is also part of Health Sciences North. Now, in terms of primary health care, we have approximately 130 family physicians, several nurse practitioner-led clinics, and 10 walk-in clinics, all providing primary health care services for citizens of our community. For education, as a truly bilingual region, we offer quality elementary and secondary education in English, French, and French immersion through 4 school boards in our community, including English Public, French Public, English Catholic, and French Catholic. We also have 2 private schools, including the Montessori School of Sudbury for children 18 months to 6 years old, and the Sudbury Christian Academy, providing education up to grade 8. For post-secondary, we do have a number of post-secondary institutions in our community, including Laurentian University, Cambrian College, Collège Boreal, and the Northern Ontario School of Medicine, recently renamed Nossum University, which is Canada's first standalone medical university. The MacEwan School of Architecture, which is part of Laurentian University, is the first new architecture school in Canada in more than 45 years. The unique architecture program highlights design and culture for Northern Ontario, furthering our community's well-rounded group of local professional services. NORCAT is a skills training and innovation center. Now, in resources, the city of Greater Sudbury is the richest mining community in North America and among the top 10 mining communities worldwide, responsible for half of all mining production in Ontario, $5 billion in annual exports, driving our global reputation as a trusted supplier to the world's mining operations. Many of our firms have capabilities and reach well beyond mining, and along with a tight ecosystem of applied research and technology innovation, they now serve a broad array of clients, 300 mining technology and services firms that are driving innovation not just locally or regionally, but globally. These firms employ roughly 14,000 people with a broad background of trades. As the slide shows, we have 9 operating mines, 2 mills, 2 smelters, and a nickel refinery. So here's a photo of Sudbury's iconic landmark, the Big Nickel, which is located at Dynamic Earth, which is an immersive hands-on science center that features earth science and mining experiences, including guided underground tours, multimedia theaters, engaging exhibits, and an outdoor science park. Dynamic Earth is the 8th largest science center in Canada. Now, Greater Sudbury is a great example of resilience and adaptability. For more than 100 years, our economy has been rooted in the mining sector. Once dominated by operating mines and smelters, the sector has expanded to include the most dynamic mining supply and services cluster in the world, exporting made in Sudbury products, services, and expertise around the globe. There are continued efforts being made to diversify the economy. We are the primary service hub for Northern Ontario, with residents traveling from across the region to access healthcare, education, retail, business services, arts, and entertainment. Tourism is an exciting part of the economy in Greater Sudbury, with over 1 million visitors annually who spend upwards of 200 million in our community on food, accommodations, attractions, and shopping. Known as the healthcare hub of the North, not only for patient care, but for our cutting edge research and education in medicine, we have a robust and growing health and life sciences sector consisting of more than 700 businesses and operations. It is expected that the health and sciences sector will continue to grow and play a crucial role in the local economy. Our city is home to a growing base of arts and culture businesses and employment in a diverse range of industry subsectors, including a robust and evolving film and television sector. As our economy continues to evolve, there are targeted sectors where we continue to focus our economic development efforts, including mining, mining supply and services, research and innovation, manufacturing and industry, clean tech and environmental, healthcare and life sciences, film and creative industries, and business and professional services. So in this slide, I wanted to show you a comparison of percentages of our workforce in Greater Sudbury who work in certain sectors compared to the provincial averages. So as you can see in healthcare, we have 15.8% that work in healthcare. Provincially compared, it's 11.9 or almost 12%. Retail is at 12.25 in Sudbury. In Ontario, it's just over 11%. Public administration, we're just over 9%, where provincially it is almost 6%. The big one that I wanted to point out is in mining, with 9.21% of our workforce working within the mining sector, where provincially it's less than 0.5%. Now, employment by occupation. Note that Greater Sudbury has higher percentages when compared to both Canada and Ontario in natural resources, trades, transport, and equipment operators, health occupations, and business, finance, and administration occupations. And here's the comparison with both national, provincial, and local numbers here. Now, workforce continues to be a challenge across the province and country, and we know a significant part of the solution will come from immigration. Now, I wanted to take the opportunity to point out some of these highest salary differences when comparing Sudbury versus Ontario. So as you can see, and here's a list of a number of different jobs or roles or in various sectors. Here's the average salaries of those roles in Sudbury and the provincial average. And as you can see, there is quite a difference in many when you compare our local averages to provincial. There's potential of earning quite a bit more in Greater Sudbury than the provincial average. Now, there is a range of opportunities in a number of fields that are currently available, including finance and accounting analysts, IT and computer programmers, sales managers, food services, transportation, logistics, engineering, and many more. And then in the skilled trades too, we have many opportunities in our mining and skilled trade sector as follows, including heavy duty equipment mechanics, heavy equipment operators, licensed electricians, IT specialists, software developers, and computer engineers. So I want to talk a bit about affordability and the cost of living in Greater Sudbury. The previous slides, I showed that you have the potential of earning higher than provincial average salaries in Sudbury, but I wanted to talk about affordability. Also want to point out here's a family enjoying a bonfire at Kiwi Park. Once again, a very affordable, accessible venue in Greater Sudbury, and one of many located throughout our community. And obviously lots to see and do without having to spend much money. So in terms of affordability, the average house price in Sudbury is $434,000, while the average price in Ontario is $830,000, and across Canada is $644,000. monthly rent for a 1-bedroom apartment in Greater Sudbury is about $1,400. A 2-bedroom apartment average monthly rent is about $1,800, which equates to about $1,000 less when compared to the Greater Toronto area. Short commute times to and from work. Our rush hour traffic is minimal. It might take an extra 5 minutes to get across town, which I think the average commute is about 20 minutes from one end to the other. And the cost of a monthly transit pass is very reasonable at $88 per month. Now, I wanted to point out the slide. As I mentioned earlier in the presentation, we're 3,200 square kilometers. We're actually the largest municipality in geographical size in the province. And this is a great representation of our size. So this line here is the boundaries of our city. And what we've done is we've taken Southern Ontario communities from down south and mapped them within the boundaries of our city to show you the sheer size. So here you can fit Toronto, Brampton, Aurora, Pickering, Vaughan, Richmond Hill, and so on, Burlington, Oshawa, all within the boundaries of our city, and there's still room across our community. Now, I want to play a quick video, so I'll just pass it over, and it'll be starting in a moment. Perfect. So also for more information about our community, living, working, and playing in Greater Sudbury, I encourage you to visit hitrefreshsudbury.ca. And also for further questions you have about the community, definitely you can reach out to me. My email address is hitrefresh@greatersudbury.ca. So I wanted to end off on this slide. And so this is a great visual representation or a great view of the South End Hospital area of our community. So here's Bell Park, as I mentioned earlier in the presentation, with the boardwalk that follows along the shores. Here's the Yacht Club and the Northern Water Sports Center, Science North, Health Sciences North, our hospital. You can see a number of soccer fields and tennis courts off in the background. And once again, a great view of the layout of part of our city. So I just wanted to thank you for listening to my presentation, and I'm going to pass it over now to Maria Villa from Levert, who's going to present about their company and opportunities available there.
Hi everyone, thanks for coming today. Before I start with my presentation, I want to talk from a personal experience as a newcomer here. So I am very happy here in Sudbury. We have a great, big, and diverse community here. Since the day I came here, I was welcomed with open arms. And as Ryan was saying, we have a lot of activities. We have the perks of a big city, but as well also we have a lot of nature. I like to go on runs at Bell Park. I go with my husband. We go and walk on different trails we have here. We never get bored here. We go ice skating. I learned how to ice skate. I never seen snow, so Sudbury have lots of snow that you definitely can play with. But I like Sudbury a lot. We have also music festivals in the summer and winter. We have also activities that you can do. We have Science North. They always run activities there. Not long ago, I was in, they had an ice and fire activity where you play with literally ice and fire. So we have a lot of things I come from a big city in Colombia, so I didn't know what to expect coming here in Sudbury. But honestly, I have even more. I've done more things that I was doing in Colombia. I recently got into mixed martial arts. I go on biking. I've done a lot of things. I just wanted to tell you from a personal experience how great it's been here. And now I'm going to talk a little bit more about Levert, our company. So I am the marketing coordinator here. We can go to the next slide. The next one. So we are one of the largest recruitment companies in the Northern Ontario. Our main office is here in Sudbury. We also have offices in Timmins, Thunder Bay, Quebec, Newfoundland, and Nova Scotia. So we definitely hire people that they speak French as well as English. Can we go to the next slide, please? So basically what we do is we are a recruiting company. So we hire manpower and we supply those to our clients, which they're mainly in the mining sector, construction as well. So we have all sorts of different positions available. And our candidates, the advantages for the people or our employees is that we help them with training. So we trained the employees, as well as we help them to start or put their foot in the door to start their career. Can we go to the next slide, please? So basically, we help people to start their career by, so here I'm going to tell you a little bit more. My husband, he's an external employee with us, and he graduated from Cameron College. He took mining industry, and after he was done with his college, he came to us and we helped him to get started in the mining industry, because sometimes you need help to get into those big companies. So we will, as I said, we'll train you and we'll help you to start working in the mining industry or any industry that you would like to work. Next slide, please. So we have entry-level positions, as well as we also pay a little bit more than, as Brian was saying, our wages are higher than Toronto. So we have that perk here. Also, we have a program that you can refer your family and friends. So basically, for when you refer somebody, you get $50 per person. So that's something that we also do. Can we go to the next slide? So right now we have skilled laborers. We have inventory management specialists, lab technicians, welders, office assistant, drillers, equipment operators, accounting and payroll clerk, and much more positions. So a lot of our positions are mainly based in the mining industry as well as construction. So they're a little bit more in the skilled labor. We do have HR positions. We have, as I said, office administrator, but it's mainly in the mining skilled labor positions. Now, the way that we work is sometimes our positions, it depends by position. So some positions are long-term contracts, others are a fixed, let's say short term. So it can be 2 months or it can be 3 weeks. But we always keep, so once you're done those 3 weeks, we will give you another contract. So you will never be left without a job, basically. We always try to keep our candidates busy and working. You also have the flexibility, thanks to how we operate, you have the flexibility of taking longer vacations. So that's something that a lot of people enjoy. Like for example, my husband again, he likes that he can work for 3 weeks, and then after those 3 weeks, he can basically take 2 weeks off and go anywhere he want to go, or do any take a short vacation, and then whenever he's ready to get back into work, he just let us know, and then we'll let him we'll give him another contract. So we have that flexibility. Can we go to the next slide? So if you want to see more positions that we have, I recommend you to go to our website, which is www.levert.ca, and you can find all the positions that we have currently available. So something that I always tell our candidates or anybody that wants to apply with Levert is to always send us your resume, no matter, because I know people sometimes they're looking for a specific position, and we might not have it right now, but we always get all sorts of different positions all the time. So sometimes we have assistant administrative, or we have mining jobs, or we have welders. So I always tell people, even if you go to our website and you don't find the position that you're looking for, anyway, send us an email with your resume and let us know what you're looking for, and we'll put you in our system. And as soon as we get the position that will go fine with your profile, we'll contact you. So if we can go to the next slide. So this is just to show a little bit of what you will wear if, let's say, you go to one of our mining jobs or construction jobs. So for mining, you have a coverall, the full coverall, which is the orange suit that you see there. And you have a hard hat, you have a fit mask, and as well as the metal boots. So we offer some of them. We'll give you some of those things that you need, but we also, the candidates will need to get others, like the boots. The candidates will need to buy them themselves, just because it's different sizes depending on the size of each candidate. But that once you start applying with us and you start the process, each recruiter will let you know what you need to get and what we'll offer to you. If we can go to the next slide. So you can apply by sending your resume to info@Levert. So send your resume, let us know your name, what are you looking for. You can also go to our website, you can also come and drop your resume at our office here in Sudbury, Timmins, or Quebec. And you can also, we also post our jobs in Facebook, LinkedIn, as well as Instagram. And the next slide. Is there any questions?
Sorry, just coming back here. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, Ryan, for your wonderful presentation. So we'll start taking questions from the audience. Someone is asking actually, so just before, please type in your questions on the questions box, just reminding the audience for Ryan or for Maria or for both of them. Would you be able to provide a PDF? So Ryan and Maria, are you okay if we share these presentations with our participants today?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm okay with that.
Okay, so someone's asking that. So you will all receive a recording from this presentation, but if you want the PDF with the slides, you can ask your employment specialist for it and we can send it to you. So yes, please keep your questions coming. In the meantime, while we wait for questions from the audience, I did have one question or just something I wanted to point out, which is both of you talked about the importance of the mining industry. And I think, Ryan, you touched a little bit on that, of how it doesn't mean only specifically mining jobs, right? So I just wanted to kind of bring that up again, because people may look and feel, oh, I don't work in the mining industry, so does that mean Sudbury doesn't have a job for me? So can you comment a little bit more on that, just to kind of remind people?
Not a problem. And actually, there is a two-pronged approach on that one. So in the mining sector, I mentioned about those 300 plus mining service and supply companies. So they produce technologies, let's say, for mining across the world or around the world. For instance, we have several firms here that are currently looking for computer programmers, software developers, and so on, that are working to create cutting edge technology to help with mining activities around the world. So you know, it could still be seen as within the mining sector, but looking for very specific professionals with you know, software development experience and so on. So it's not just mining. That being said, I also mentioned how Greater Sudbury, we're a hub for healthcare, for government, for post-secondary education, you know, for business and finance. So there's a wide spectrum of roles in all those different sectors. So it's not just about mining, but mining does play a very important part of our local economy. But there, I think the answer to that is there's a very broad spectrum of opportunities, and I did list them on one of the slides where there's, you know, a lot of opportunity. What I do, I encourage individuals to go on our Hit Refresh website. Under work, you click on find the perfect job, and it'll actually give you access to the job bank and Indeed specific to Sudbury. There's some web pages of some of our larger employers, right? Hyperlinks right to their career pages as well. There's also links to different recruitment or recruiter services such as Levert on there, and you can see the positions they have posted and others. So I encourage attendees to certainly go visit the website.
Thank you, Ryan. Did you want to add anything, Maria, to that one?
Yeah, so an example of that is myself. I am in the mining industry. Like, our company is mostly mining, but I'm not a miner. Like, I study public relations and I'm working at a mining company. So that's an example of, yes, mining is a big sector here, but there's also other roles that doesn't necessarily mean you need to be a miner. It can be IT, it can be administrative assistant, it can be marketing like myself, as well as other supportive roles for the mining industry.
Great, thank you. This question is specifically for both of you, so I'll ask the first part to Ryan. Ryan, would you know if there's any private archaeology firms operating in Sudbury? I know that's a very detailed question, but just in case you know from the top of your mind.
So I'm not aware of any private archaeology firms locally. So what I would recommend doing is if the attendee would like to send me an email at hitrefresh@greatersudbury.ca, certainly happy to take this conversation offline, and I'll do a little bit of research and see if I can I can look at answering that question for the individual.
Thank you. And Maria, does Levert have archaeologists jobs that you know of?
Not so far. But again, as I said before, I always encourage people to send their resumes to us because we always get all sorts of different positions. So we might not have it currently, but we might get it the next week or in a month. So I always encourage them to send their resumes.
Mm-hmm. Someone's asking if they can connect with you on LinkedIn, or what would be the best way to connect with you. If you're okay with LinkedIn, or if you prefer emails that you both shared.
So either way, like I said, hit refresh at greatersudbury.ca is the best email address to reach me. If somebody wants to look me up on LinkedIn, they can using my name as well. So either one.
Thank you.
For me, it will be email and LinkedIn is fine too as well. I don't mind.
Wonderful. Thank you. So the next question, excuse me, was already answered about IT jobs or mechanical or chemical engineering. So like you said, the mining industry doesn't mean you have to be a mining engineer or working in mining directly. But what about studying? Are you aware of civil engineering study opportunities? So many of our clients already have their licenses, but they need to pursue further studies when they arrive. So would you know of any options available?
So as I mentioned in the presentation, we have a number of post-secondary institutions or facilities across the community: Laurentian University, Cambrian College, College Boreal. For instance, Cambrian College has a civil engineering technician program that they currently offer. So if you go on cambriancollege.ca and just search civil engineering, it would come up. So there are some post-secondary opportunities to further training as well. I don't have all the details with Laurentian University, but I would certainly encourage individuals to go on laurentian.ca and do a search there as well. But yes, so the answer is yes, we do have some opportunities to expand their education in civil engineering.
Perfect, thank you. Maria, there's a question specifically for you. Is there anything you had to learn before transitioning to the mining industry? So, like you said, you weren't in this specific industry before. How did you apply your skills in a different industry?
Right. So it all depends on the position. So myself, even though I've been learning a lot of mining terms and a lot of things about mining, especially because where I come from, we're not big in mining, so it's been a lot of learning for me. But if they're asking more towards any of our positions, so we do require training depending on which one they want to apply for, which we offer to them. So if they're for a lot of our positions, we hire people that they don't have experience or any training because we are able to train them. So I always tell people that's fine. You don't necessarily need 5 years of experience or 10 years. We'll help you. That's what we are here for, to help people to get their foot in the door and start their careers and in the mining industry or any industry really.
So even for someone who wants to start a whole new career, let's say a teacher who now wants to give it a try, would you provide training for that kind of?
Yes, sorry, I spoke a little bit too much. So we do have training more towards the skilled trades. So those are more towards welders, if you want to be, let's say, confined space rescuer, I know that's very specific position, and maybe some people don't know what that is. That's basically going into the mine and rescue people. Construction, we offer those type of training more towards the skilled trades. When it comes to, I will say, administrative assistant, HR,
Mm-hmm.
or teachers, we unfortunately don't offer that. Levert we don't offer that as a company, but we have Cameron College, we have Laurentian University. They do offer those types of studies and skills that they will need.
Mm-hmm. We have been talking a lot about skilled trades because it is definitely in need, I think, in most parts of Canada. I think I'll ask Ryan, but Maria, if you want to do that. Ryan, could you just give a brief summary of what that means for people in our audience that may not understand what that term means?
Sorry, so just the first part of the question again?
Just skilled trades, like we
Yes.
use it as an expression that includes
Yes.
a lot of professions, but for people who are not in that field, they may not understand what we're talking about. So I
Yes.
just want to clarify here for the audience. Would you be okay to just give a short definition?
Absolutely. So skilled trades, so, you know, heavy duty diesel mechanics, carpenters, plumbers, electricians, welders, pipe fitters, and so on would be considered skilled trades. So and like I said, it's definitely you know, those skills are transferable, not just in the mining sector, but in other sectors as well, with construction of new homes and in construction of you know, commercial buildings and institutions and so on. So so that's what's referred to when we mention skilled trades. It's very specific training to a certain type of work, like a carpenter, like a welder, and so on. And the salaries and opportunities in those fields are substantial, and the work is there, not just locally, but pretty much you know, across the province. There's skilled trade shortages out there, and so there's certainly need for that. But like I said, you know, we're not just, you know, in Greater Sudbury, we're looking for more than just skilled trades. We have, you know, professional opportunities, including, say, people that from the IT sector, from business finance and so on. So we have a very broad spectrum there. And as Maria noted, you know, those that don't have certain training, we have a variety of opportunities in our community to take that training in our post-secondary institutions, and they all offer some amazing programs and such. So so like I said, a lot of different opportunities, and a lot of opportunities for furthering their training and education as well. So
Thank you. Thank you. Just wanted to clarify because some people in the audience may not be familiar with that expression that we use a lot in Canada, but basically, yes, these are highly skilled professions that you need training for, but it's not a university degree, right? So there's specific training for it, and there's different ways to have that training. So someone's asking about the retail and supermarket industry. Maria, do you hire for retail positions or for the supermarket industry in general in at Levert?
So we don't have that currently, but I have personal experience. When I was in Cameron College, I used to have a part-time job in a clothing store, which is retail basically. And I know we have a lot of opportunities in the retail. I'm saying this because I have friends that are working currently in retail, and they're constantly hiring people, as well as the supermarkets. So we have, even though we don't offer that, I know we have a lot of opportunities in that sector.
I feel like it's a sector that is hiring everywhere in Canada, right? Do you want to add
Yeah.
anything, Ryan?
So as I mentioned in the presentation, we are seen as a hub, you know, for Northeastern Ontario for healthcare and so on, but also for retail. And we have some of those larger box stores like Costco and Home Depot, Lowe's here in Greater Sudbury. We have malls located throughout the community. The largest, as I noted, was the New Sudbury Shopping Center, 110 stores. In terms of grocery stores and supermarkets, we have grocery stores located throughout the community. So to add to Maria's answer, yes, there's opportunities across. You find some of those opportunities posted as well on the federal government job bank. So actually you can access it if you go to hit refresh our hit refresh website and you go under work and find the perfect job, there's a direct link to the Canada Job Bank. And if you search Sudbury, Ontario, it'll give you a wide variety of opportunities in a various sectors, and some of it being retail as well. So, but if you have further questions or want more information specific to that, feel free to reach out to me at my email address, and happy to provide even some further opportunities that are available in the retail sector here locally.
Wonderful, thank you. I think we have one last question, which is there a tennis academy in Greater Sudbury? I think this person may be a tennis player. They want to keep up with their sports. Do you know of that? Do you know of a tennis academy?
That's a great question. And in fact, yes, we have a indoor tennis facility. So you can play tennis year round. And they do have, and I'm just going to pull up the information, but if they wanted to email me, I'll happily send them the link to the website. But yes, so there is a tennis academy or a tennis club indoor, and there's if you want to join leagues there, or if you want to take further lessons to hone your tennis skills, absolutely. So we do have that ability here, and it is an all-year facility. It is an indoor facility, so you're able to enjoy the sport not just in the summer months, but also into the winter months too. And for those that are interested,
instructor, I don't know.
Okay, well, and that's the case, and I'm happy to make the linkage too. If that individual would want to be connected with the organization, happy to make those linkages through email. So if they reach out to me, that'd be amazing, and happy to help where I can. Also, we have pickleball, which is a variation of tennis here as well. So some of our outdoor tennis courts located throughout the community have been converted to also accommodate the sport of pickleball, which is a bit of a, I guess it's a combination of tennis and ping pong essentially. So it definitely and it's very well received, and a lot of people are taking that sport up as well. So I know I've been to a couple of ribbon cuttings a couple of years ago for some of the new courts. So anyway, so yes, so once again, if they reach out through email, happy to share more information about the tennis facility that we have and connect them with that organization.
Great. Well, we are at time here. So thank you so much, Ryan and Maria, for sharing all of your knowledge. I think I wouldn't know how to answer some of these questions about Toronto. I don't know if we have a tennis academy, so I'm glad it's the other way around. Do you have any final notes, anything you want to add? I know you covered a lot, but just before we wrap up.
Well, first, I just want to say thank you to JVS Toronto and yourself for allowing us this opportunity, and thank all the participants for taking part. And I certainly, anyone that has questions, I encourage them to reach out to me. And we also do one-on-one Zoom meetings if they want to do more one-on-one discussion about learning more about our community. I'm happy to facilitate that. So like I said, anybody that's logged in right now or watches the recording, please reach out to me at hitrefresh@greatersudbury.ca. Happy to set up a virtual meeting to further discuss opportunities and learn more about the community.
Great, thank you. Maria, would you like to add any final?
Yeah, no, I just want to say thank you for this opportunity to talk about how beautiful Sudbury is. I like to advocate for Sudbury. And also, if anybody has any questions, doesn't need to be just about jobs also as well, because as a newcomer, I understand that sometimes it's a little bit scary to move to a different place with a whole different weather and everything. So if you have any questions about how to adjust for the weather, what you need to buy, you can reach out to me. I don't mind answering those questions as well. But yeah, thanks for this opportunity.
Thank you so much. You both, you're going the extra mile. So thank you so much. Thank you for your presentation and making yourself available to connect with people. Thank you everyone in the audience. Thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to fill out the post-webinar survey that helps us keep improving our content and also give feedback to our speakers. So please share it with us, and hope everyone has a great day or evening. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.